Okay, so what are we going to do now is we're going to transform, our example that we have on our slides and put it in this application. So first I'm going to create here a new class and I'm going to put it in the model package. Now I can do this in one command like this, a class person. Now I'm going to add a name and maybe let's say like an age. And then I'm going to add a constructor, then getters and setters. So this is the model of our application. Then I'm going to create a DAO. So person DAO. And then I'm going to have like a person list. And let me put here like an array list. Then I'm going to create a constructor with 0 parameters, and here I'm just going to add. I'm just going to add 2 person. Let's put Eduard Matei, my name, and 30, and just let me duplicate this. John Doe, 35, and let's put something like Angelina Merkel, 55. Let's put some getter and setter, and here let me just put some method get person from DB, and this will basically return my list. So imagine that you won't get the list from the hard-coded values, you will get from a database. Okay, so now let me just create a service, an interface, person, service, interface, and then I'm going to define the method get people, and let me just put this in a service package because I forgot refactor. Then let me create an implementation, implements person service. So I'm going to control Y so you can override the methods in your interface, and then we are going to inject our person DAO class. I'm going to add this to constructor. I can just do this with Alt Enter. And here what I will do, let's mimic, like a service. So here I will do get people list from DAO and then do some processing and return. And here I'm going to return the person DAO get person from DB, and I'm going to do some processing. And for this example, I'm just going to transform the names in our people list in uppercase. So I'm going to use a string map. I'm going to put the person and return a new person with the person get name to uppercase and the person get age. So with the help of map and collectors, collect to list. Now I'm using streams operators. I hope you know this from Java. So I'm transforming the list in a stream, then I'm transforming the stream in a new stream, and I'm just returning the same person and a new object, and I'm just transforming the name to uppercase, and then I'm transforming that stream into a collection of lists to get from there. So let me just do this so it's much more clearer. Person list is person DAO get person from DB, and here person list. Let me just delete this. Okay. So now I'm going to create a controller. And this controller will be injected with the person service, the interface. I'm just going to add this constructor, and now I'm going to have like a method, let's say, that will return my person. get all peoples. So return person service get people. And then in my main method, here in my run method, which I override from the command line runner, I'm just going to add here the person controller, new person controller, but I also need to add the dependency on which this controller depends on. So person service equals with new person imable service, because I'm using polymorphism. So we have an interface, and this is the implementation of the interface, but I'm also going to need the person DAO, new person DAO. So I'm going to add this here, and I'm going to add this person service here, and let me just get all peoples and just loop through them. Person, let me just put, now I'm using a logger, so it's something different from a system out println. Basically, logger is something that enhances your printing on the console, and it also adds a date, it also has the class, and you will see now person name is, and you can put just this curly brackets, and then you can put the arguments in the next parameter. Age is, so I'm going to put person get name and person get age. So if we have two curly brackets in our string method, we need to put two arguments, and basically this person get name will be transformed in the person in the curly brackets here, and the age with the respective value from the age. Now let me just run this application, see if everything works. Okay, so as you see, person name is Edward Matei, John Doe, Angelina Merkel, and as you can see, the names of the person objects have been transformed to uppercase, which we do this in the service. Now I am just mimicking like a business logic that you will have in the service, and from DAO I'm just mimicking here like a database. Imagine that this you don't get from the hard code, that you'll get from database. And don't worry, by the end of this course we will make an entire application where it's like a real case scenario. This is just for examples to understand how Spring works behind the scenes. Now, you would imagine that if we go here and we go to bin, we see here that we have this bin, my first Spring App application, which basically it's this class. Spring behind the scenes create an object from this class and adds it to the bin, to the application context, because as we see here, we are just looping for all the bin definition names that we have registered in our application context, and we see that our class, this one, is being registered. Now, if you, as you would expect, we will expect also these classes to be also registered. Now, if I type here and type person, you will see that I don't have bin is com example my first Spring App service person service. The bins have not been registered. And why is that? Because to understand this, we will see in the next video how declaration of bins work and how can we register bins in the application context, because we have to do a little bit of configuration to do this. But for now, we just created our example application. We have everything we need to transform these services and these classes into Spring application and register these as bins. And we'll see this in the next video.